morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. To all my family, friends and followers, I hope you had a fantastic bank holiday weekend and that your working week has started well. Not in my usual environment, but I've got a few minutes, so I wanted to jump on and quickly share with you all the details, all the ins and outs of my positivity diet masterclass that's coming up at the end of May. A bit of a background story about this first. It was actually the first ever masterclass that I did, and I did it back in July 2022 when I was launching my own website and YouTube channel at the time. I called the Uplift. I hope more people will be able to join live. When you're hopping on, please say hello so I can say hello to you back. And thank you very much. Yeah, so it was my first ever masterclass. So nearly 2 years ago now. And I was actually going to, before I went on maternity leave, translate it into Latvian language as well for my Latvian audience. But at the time, I was just running my last weight loss program when I was like 8 months pregnant, and I was taking psychotherapy exams, so there just wasn't enough time to do everything. So I kind of left it on a back burner for now. And then recently I've been working with some private clients and helping them with some transformations in their lives, which are not to do with weight loss. For one lady, it's more about personal development and possibly a career change. And for the other lady, it's about organizing her day and becoming more disciplined and things like that. So this master class has been of interest to them, and I was like, okay, this is information that I need to share with more people. So I thought I will run it live again in English, and I will translate it in Latvian language as well. And I actually watched it back on replay the other day, and I went through the PowerPoint presentation. It's quite long. It's about an hour and 45 minutes. And I looked through it, and I must admit, I was really proud of myself. I was quite impressed that the piece of work that I put 2 years ago is such high quality, and it's fantastic value for money. One of my clients said that she watched it back 5 times, and she's made loads of notes, and she said it's like that masterclass is like a book because it's just packed of loads and loads of information. So I'm really looking forward to running it again and adding some stuff in, updating some things, but it's top quality information if you're into mindset and if you believe that mindset is the key to success in all areas in your life. But this time I wanted to call it a positivity, something's popped up, a positivity diet masterclass. And that was inspired because obviously as a weight loss coach, I work with a lot of people to help them lose weight. And something that I do on a regular basis is look at what people eat. And that just got me thinking that more or less, most of us take care of our bodies, right? We will brush our teeth, we'll take a shower, we'll get some sleep, and we'll eat something. Of course, people will do a better job or not as good of a job, but we have to take care of our bodies to be able to live, to function. And I think that our mind is the one that gets neglected a bit, although that's the head that, controls the body and really is the most important part. But we tend to not give much thought, to our mind and how we look after it or don't look after it until the body starts waving every red flag in front of us, and we suffer from stress, anxiety, depression, when we're forced into having to really think about how we can look our minds a bit better. Instead, I believe it would be a much better idea and healthier to be more proactive about our emotional well-being and really taking a note of How do I look or not look after my mind every single day? And interestingly, when we really think about this, we are more prone towards negativity, and it makes perfect sense. When we were evolving as a human race, it was far more important to stay safe and avoid danger than just drinking the beauty of the world. We were far more concerned making sure that we don't eat something poisonous, we don't get attacked by some predators, instead of just laying down in the beautiful grass and smelling roses. Also, when something negative happens to us, our brain codes that information, remembers it really well in order to protect us from making the same mistake and to make sure that we are safe going forward. So there is this natural tendency towards negativity. And then if you top that with daily negativity and you watch a lot of negative news and read newspapers, you get involved with comparisons, jealousy, some sort of wars on social media, all sorts of negativities, then it's just a lot of overall negativity, isn't it? So I invite you, just start thinking about that. What do you feed your mind every day? What kind of people do you hang around with? What kind of things do you read and do you watch and stuff like that? Apparently, we have on average about 60,000 thoughts every single day. Quite a lot, isn't it? And 80% of them are negative, and 95% of them are the same as the day before. So actually, most of us think the same thoughts on autopilot out of a habit. Okay. I know, this is all a bit doom and gloom, isn't it? It's going to get better in a minute, I promise. So that's a hell of a lot of negativity, isn't it? If we have over 60,000 thoughts every day, most of them are negative, most of them are the same as yesterday. So how on earth do we change our life for the better? It's not that easy unless you are proactive about it and take responsibility for your feelings and thoughts. The good news is that we are in charge to an extent, okay? We can live in this victim mentality, and we can blame everything else and everyone else, for how we live our lives and the way our lives is. But unfortunately, if we keep stuck in this victimhood mentality, we can't make positive changes out of that. We'll just be going around in circles in the same negativity. If we take responsibility for our lives and things that we can control, and we start policing our thoughts, so we start regulating our emotions, calming our nervous system, starting to be more selective with the thoughts that we have, then that is going to change our behavior and then produce different results. So this is when we take active part in making a better, more positive future for ourselves. I hope this makes sense. So please comment follow if you follow my thread of thought. So there is, science and a lot of science behind neuroplasticity. So we know that our brain is able to form new neural pathways, so we can practice new positive thoughts and make them our autopilot, make them our habits, good thinking habits. And we have different strategies and methods that we can use to regulate our nervous system, to lower that high negative emotional arousal. And these are some of the things that I'm going to be talking about in my Positivity Diet Masterclass. For me, it all started with a weight loss transformation. For those who follow me already know, I lost over 6 stone, 38 kilos or 80 pounds in weight, and that was way before I got pregnant. I then had a healthy pregnancy again and lost my pregnancy weight weeks after I had my baby girl, really. So that was like the most visible transformation that I had. And what I didn't realize at the time, that was only going to be the beginning. And I started applying the same mindset strategies and methods and techniques in other areas in my life. And that's when my life changed 360 degrees, really. I used to go from one unhealthy and unhappy relationship to another until I met and married my soulmate, and now we have a beautiful baby girl together. I went from working 9 till 5 and being unhappy what I did to starting out my own business and changing my career to become a psychotherapist. If somebody told me that this was going to be my life and how my life was going to change in 2 years' time, I would have laughed you out of the room, because I was like, that's just like a completely different person, like in every aspect of my life. But if I can do it, then I know you can do it too. You just need to know what to do, and that's what I'm here for. So that's where I step in. I can share what I did and how I did it, and then you take the responsibility and you go and do those things. Because it's not just about having the best mentor, the best coach, the best teacher, whatever you want to call the people that you look up to. It's also about being the best student, because knowledge is not going to change your life, implementation will. We know a lot of stuff, and Google can tell us a lot of stuff too, but it's unless we go and implement it, that's when our life changes. So I hope I'm going to see you in my Positivity Diet Masterclass. In English, it's going to take place on Tuesday, the 28th of May at 7:30. In Latvian language, it's going to be on Wednesday, the 29th at 7 UK time or 9 p.m. Latvian time. I've just done this very video on my Latvian Instagram account. So if you don't follow me on there, but you are somebody from my Latvian audience, then jump across and maybe listen to that video on my Latvian Instagram account. Registration is in my bio. The investment is £30. It's fantastic value for money, like I said, and I'm super excited to be sharing these life-changing strategies and methods with you to help many more people transform their lives in whatever you want to transform in your life. So I'll leave that with you. If this video was of value, then please give it a heart. Tag a friend or friends who you think would benefit from this information. I always say sharing is caring, and I'll see you in Masterclass, and if not, in other video. Oh, one last thing, if you can't make it live, don't worry, I'm going to be sending out the recording of the Masterclass to everyone afterwards. And when you go on the registration link, don't be confused by the information that you read, because I wanted to leave the same registration link, because there's lots of feedback from people that took part previously, so I didn't create a new link for this, so I left the old link. But by registering through that link, so the masterclass is called Uplift on there, you will gain access to this one, which I this time called the Positivity Diet. If any questions, my inbox is open, just reach out. Have a fantastic rest of the afternoon. Be healthy, be happy, be you. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.